Perfect. Let me just share my screen. Share. Everyone uh, able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So let's cover service management. Okay. Can anyone tell what is a service? Okay. We will cover services in Linux. So anyone who can tell me like what is a service? Anyone? I mean, do you see my whiteboard?
Yeah.
Okay. So can someone tell me what is a service?
Service, we can say a process like if we install any process to, so it's every process has a service. Every software has a service, correct?
Software as a service is a different thing. Okay.
No, no,
Uh,
I am saying
from
every software has a service.
every software may not have a service. Okay. So like um, if I install, like if I take example of Windows, right? You install PDF, Acrobat PDF reader, right? PDF
Yeah.
reader. So that is a software installed on a system. Okay. Will you call it a service? Will you call it a service?
No.
Do you call browser as browser as service?
Yes.
No, browser is not a service. Okay. Uh, do you call VS Code as a service? No, right? Okay. So there are, okay, let me say, okay, there are two type of processes. Okay, two type of processes. One, okay, one that you start and close after work is done, right? And there there are, so we are talking about processes. Okay, processes. Okay, and there are other type of processes which are always running. Okay, so I mean your Bluetooth, right? Your Bluetooth, is it a service or a software? Like can you call it a service? Do you call Bluetooth as service? Indeed, it is a service. Okay, because it is always running when you switch on that Bluetooth. Okay, uh, do you call like I mean you must be calling network service, right? Network service. Okay, or uh, have you installed Nginx in past? Nginx past? Anyone?
Sorry,
Have you used Nginx? Nginx,
Nginx.
like
Yeah, we are using.
Nginx, HTTPD. Okay, so you will always call, hey, Nginx service is running or not, right? HTTP service is running or not. Okay, okay. Will you say like Acrobat PDF reader is running or not? Generally, we don't say like Acrobat PDF reader will not always be running. It will be run when you need to open a PDF, right? So you run it, you are done with the PDF, you close it, that's it, right? There are services which is always there are processes that are always running in background. Okay. So the simple definition of a service is a process that is running in the background. Okay. So a process running in background is called as service. Okay. So why do we need services? Okay. I mean, when do you need service? They are also called daemon. Okay. So can anyone tell me, like, when do you need a service? Suppose you wanted to host a website. Okay. When do you need service? Okay.
To handle multiple requests.
Multiple request handling. Okay. So that is like API request. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Where else? Like, where do you need services? Like, you are so I'm able to log in into a machine, right, using SSH command, right? So I'm logged in on a machine. Okay. At the bottom you see some prompt here, right? Let me see exit. Okay. So when I do this command SSH a username and IP, okay, when I do enter, it asks me password DevOps at the rate one. Okay. And I'm able to log in into that machine, remote machine. This is a remote machine that I have access. Okay. This is not my local machine. This is a remote machine. Okay. Remote Linux machine. So I'm able to log in into this machine. Is there a process behind this login? So how are we login into remote Linux machines? Okay. So these Linux machines are hosted in a remote infrastructure like Google Cloud पे कहीं पे चल रहा है, ठीक है? It may be running on Amazon Web Services, right? So you are able to access the console. Okay, so you created some machine, and from your machine you are able to access those machine, right? So there must be some communication between your system and the remote system, right? So communication में क्या use होता है, right? So the communication happen between client and server, right? The communication happens between client and server, right? So the API request, right? So it's not just API request. There are different type of connections, okay? And so this is client, okay? Just write this down. Client, and there is a server. Okay? So client and server are talking to each other, right? So what is helping them to talk over this channel, right? Anyone? It is a process running on the system. Okay, so the client initiate a connection to server, okay, on some port, okay, and there must be something running here which is listening on that port. Okay, so if that process, okay, will is that process is not running all the time, the client communication will not work. Okay, and this process which is running here is called SSH D. Okay, this is a SSHD. So this last D, you will see most of the services have this last D word, D character at the end of the service. Okay, so this D stand for daemon. So this D stands for the demon or daemon, whatever you call it, right? So SSHD is SSH daemon, right? So there is a process running here which enables client to log in into the server remotely. all the time. Okay, and this SSHD listens on a port called 22 by default. Okay, you can change it, right? So I'm not going there, but what my purpose of explaining, I mean, showing this thing is a service is a process which is running in the background, okay, and is running all the time, okay, running in the background and running all the time, even if you log out from the system. Okay, मैंने यहाँ पे login किया, I logged in into the system. Okay, मैंने यहाँ पे sleep command चलाया, ठीक है, sleep और 100 लिखा, ठीक है, ये मेरा प्रोसेस है, ठीक है। अब मैं यहाँ से जब एग्जिट कर जाऊंगा तो ये कमांड बंद हो जाएगा, राइट। अगर मैं अपना शेल यहाँ से क्लोज कर दूं, ठीक है, यहाँ से एग्जिट मार दूं, ठीक है, तो ये जो स्लीप कमांड है ये भी बंद हो जाएगा, राइट। बट देर आर प्रोसेसेस रनिंग जो हमें पता नहीं है, एंड these process are called as daemon, through which we are able to connect to the system, or we are able to do some remote operations. Okay, okay, जैसे आपको वेबसाइट होस्ट करना है, राइट। So if you want to host a website, so आपको how to host website, okay, create a new machine, right, install a proxy server, a web server. A web server is something that hosts your HTTP or static files. Okay, install a web server, okay, and open ports in firewall, assign, and that's it, right? So these three process or deploy your HTTPs. Okay, so these four process, four steps that you always do when hosting a website. Okay, so you create a new machine, you install a web server, you open a port on firewall and deploy a HTML file, right? So this web server, अगर आपको अपनी वेबसाइट एक्सेस करनी है, if you want to access this website all the time, right? So ये web server should be, this web server should be running all the time, right? It cannot stop. The moment it is stopped, you will not be able to access your website. Okay, so this web server is again a service. This web server is a service. Okay, so we'll see कि Linux पे आप सर्विस कैसे क्रिएट करते हो। जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ कमांड चलाया स्लीप करके, ठीक है, एंड इट इज नॉट रनिंग ऑल द टाइम, तो मैं सर्विस बना के ये स्लीप कमांड को ऑलवेज रनिंग मोड में कैसे डाल सकता हूँ। ओके, सो दैट वी विल अंडरस्टैंड टुडे। ओके, सो okay, so to create a service in Linux, okay, there are multiple ways. Okay, we will be talking about the standard systemd services. Okay, so systemd services क्या होती है? Okay, so you create service files. Okay, you create service files, okay, which are in .service, which have .service extension, right? Okay, and these services are part of etc services folder. Okay, so इस folder में आपको डालना पड़ता है, और then you can create a service. I'll help you to create a small service. Okay, before that we'll learn the basic commands जिससे हमें services, जिससे हम services को list कर सकते हैं, check कर सकते हैं, और उसके status check कर सकते हैं, right? So how to work with existing services. Okay, we are not talking about the new services, we are how to work with existing services. Okay, so the first one is list all services. Okay, so how to list all services? So I'll go to this prompt. Okay, or what I'll do is there's a command called systemctl state list units, and that's it. Okay. So when I enter this command, you will see there are unit files here. Okay. So in Linux, this system, the services, okay, the services running in the background are called units. Okay, I mean in a specific form. तो आप यहाँ देखोगे डॉट डिवाइस करके एक सिस्टम डी सर्विस है, राइट? एक डॉट माउंट करके सर्विस है, ओके, एंड देयर विल बी डॉट सर्विस टाइप ऑफ फाइल्स, ओके, डॉट सर्विस फाइल्स, आपको यहाँ पे कंटेनर डी सर्विस दिख रही है, ठीक है, क्रॉन सर्विस दिख रही है, बस सर्विस दिख रही है, डॉकर सर्विस दिख रही है, एंड यू कैन इंस्टॉल योर ओन सर्विसेज। हर सर्विसेज के आगे you will see it is loaded, okay, loaded in the sense the service is installed on your system, okay, and it is active in the sense it is running right now, right? And exited means the the service start running ran for for some time, and it exited with some good status, right? So after some time it will run again, and then services will run, and then it will exit again. Okay, so it will continue to run after some time or some scheduled manner, right? Okay, so एक ये डॉकर सर्विस का एग्जांपल लेते हैं। कैन लेट्स सी के एक सर्विस के साथ में एक सर्विस को चेक करने के लिए क्या क्या कमांड है। ओके, सो द वेट वेट so to list all services, we have systemctl list units, okay, and if you don't pass anything, it is by default all, okay। आपको अगर सारी सर्विस देखनी है तो you can say type service, okay। So if I run this command, you will see सर्विस ओनली द सर्विस टाइप्स। तो यहाँ पे इतनी सारी सर्विसेज हमारे सिस्टम पे स्टॉल्ड है, ओके, और सम ऑफ देम यू विल बी एबल टू रिकॉग्नाइज, लाइक एसएसएच हमने बात की थी, एसएसएच सर्विस, इट enables us to log in into this system, okay। अगर आप ये बंद कर दोगे तो आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू लॉग इन into this machine, okay। And there are cron service, there are container services, and there are docker services, right? Okay, perfect। At the last you will see there are two यूजर सर्विसेज। जब आप किसी जब कोई यूजर यहाँ पे इस मशीन पे लॉग इन करता है, देन ही क्या हिज a new service is started with the user ID। so ये जो 0001 है is the ID of the user that I have logged in, okay। just I can see ID, so my user ID is 1000, and for this you see a service here, okay। Okay, perfect, this is fine। um, so अब हम क्या करेंगे, we'll try to see, sorry, okay, we'll try to see के how to check status of each service, ठीक है। अभी यहाँ पे हमें दिख रहा है कि this is loaded, active, and running, exited, there are status here, okay। So we'll talk about those status as well, but before that we will see how to check status of a particular service, okay। तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि डॉकर सर्विस का स्टेटस देख लूं, ठीक है। So I will just type systemctl status docker.service, okay। So when I run this command, systemctl status docker service, it will tell me what is the state of this service, okay। तो आपको यहाँ दिख रहा होगा we have a service name, the docker.service, there is some explanation here, docker application container region, और यहाँ पे is it loaded or not, what if is it active or not, who triggered it, डॉक्यूमेंट कहाँ पे है इसका, मेन पीआईडी क्या है, कितने टास्क इसने ट्रिगर किए हैं, कितनी मेमोरी यूज किया है, कितना सीपीयू यूज किया है, एंड व्हाट आर द सी ग्रुप्स, ओके। वी आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू सी ग्रुप्स, बट दे आर समथिंग इन Linux which is at an advanced level, like, okay। And you will see there is a path here for the service, okay। We'll see what is this path and what is the content of this path, but for now you can see the status of any service using Docker systemctl status and service, okay। Okay. So like, status of any service. So it is systemctl status of. Okay. Okay. Now, edit a service. अभी तक हमने स्टेटस देखा, राइट? इफ यू वांट टू एडिट एनी सर्विस फ्रॉम योर आई मीन मे बी एनी रीजन, आपको इसका यूजर चेंज करना है, आपका इसके अंदर जो कमांड चल रहा है उसके अंदर एक डीबग फ्लैग डालना है, राइट? सो आई विल शो यू दैट सर्विस इन अ मोमेंट. सो द कमांड टू एडिट अ सर्विस is like this: systemctl edit and the service name. Okay, जब आप इस तरह से करते हो आपको सर्विस, आप ये फाइल ओपन करके भी चेंज कर सकते हो, आप इस कमांड से भी चेंज कर सकते हो, राइट? Okay, because I don't have permission, I need to do sudo. Okay, so sudo su will help me to log in as root. Okay, so मैंने root से log in किया, I'll just do a clear. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll run the systemctl edit. Okay, तो जैसे मैंने edit किया, on this machine the default editor is nano. Okay, so because the default editor is nano, this file opens in nano. And what does it say? Like it says if you want to change anything, you can add here. Okay, so if you see the content of the file, okay, so this is the service file and it has this much content. Okay, so it starts with description, the one that we saw in the status, documentation. There are some dependency के किस service के बाद में इसको start होना है, and this service requires some services to be running, right? तो यहाँ पे wants करके services listed है. It requires a socket, so it creates a Docker socket. Okay, and there are a bunch of options. The main option is the type. Okay, here the type is notify. There is another type of service which is like fork, and there is another type of service which is like one time. So one time service is like आपने उसको चलाया, सर्विस चली, उसने कुछ काम किया और एग्जिट हो गई, ठीक है? So that service ran in the background, did something, and it is stopped. आपको फिर से चलाना है, you can just do systemctl start service name, to login is start, do something, and stop. It's a service, it's a demo, it's not a demo. Okay, so not all services are demo. Daemon are something that will always be running in the background, irrespective कि आप ये कुछ टाइम के बाद एग्जिट हो जाती है कि नहीं, तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली रीस्टार्ट हो जाती है, राइट? सो दीज आर डेमन. सो डेमन आर they always listen something, they are always running all the time. Okay, so this service is type of notify, it runs this command. Okay, so यहाँ पे exec start है और exec reload है, ठीक है? So exec start क्या करता है? This is the command it will run when the system service will be started. Okay, so this is start command. ये command जो चलाए जब चलेगा तो ये service start हो जाएगी. So this is the command to run a particular software or doc. Here docker daemon. Okay, so docker daemon चलाने के लिए हमें ये command चलाना पड़ता है, right? So instead of running this command on shell, okay, on Linux shell, you are running it with a service, और service के अंदर आपने exec start में डाल रखा है, and then this will start a docker daemon in background. Okay, and when you want to restart this, right, when you want to restart this docker service, it will just do exec reload. Okay, तो exec reload से क्या होगा? इसको restart करने का option, restart करने का एक तरीका. So it will just go and kill the main PID and keep it a restart, and you will see here the timeout to restart second, restart always. So restart always will tell कि अगर ये process बंद हो जाता है, it again has to run the same process again, all the time. Okay, and there is a restart second, so it will wait for 2 seconds and then it will rerun this command. Okay, all will happen in the background. Okay, so you don't need to worry. So you have specified the behavior of the service, okay, कि कैसे कैसे कौन सा कमांड चलाना है और कैसे इसको रीलोड करना है, okay, and if you need to restart this always or not. So this is how you are defining a service in Linux. Any question on this part? Anyone? Okay, I will modify this one. This is an important one. Okay. Let's try to create a service. Okay. So what we will do is we'll create a very simple script. A very simple script. What does it do? It just print the date, okay, in a file. Okay. So what does it do is, like, I will run a command, right? So just with this command, I can print. So there's a command called date. Okay. There's a command called date. When you run it, it will print the current date, okay, with the time. मैं वापस डेट करूंगा, यहाँ पे आपको देखो ये टाइम का सेकंड बढ़ता जा रहा है, ठीक है. I run it again, a new date comes, right? The date of the system. So what I'm trying to do is I will try to write the date, okay, and along with the uptime. Okay, so uptime जो command था हमारा, it says what is the load average, what is the date. Okay, we don't need to run date. So just running uptime will give us how many users are logged in and what is the load average on the system. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll create a program. Okay, and program is anything that you need to run. So I create a program in temp folder. Okay, that will do uptime monitor.sh. So I'm creating a shell script. We'll talk about shell script in the later sessions. But what I'll do is I'll just run uptime command here. Okay. तो ये जब script आप चलाओगे, it will sh. Okay. It will just print the uptime output. Okay. So you see, जब भी मैं इसको चला रहा हूँ, जितनी बार भी चला रहा हूँ, तो ये मुझे uptime दे रहा है, ठीक है. And then it just exit. Right? मैं चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि एक सर्विस जो है वो it should always be running, right? तो मेरी स्क्रिप्ट भी it should always be running. It should not exit. So what I'll do is I'll introduce a loop. Okay, जो हमने किया था. So I'll just do for I in, okay, 1 to 100, so 1000, and do uptime and done. Okay, and to make sure कि ये continuously चलता रहे, I'll just add a sleep of 10 seconds before running another uptime command. Okay, so I'll just save it. Okay, and ये अप टाइम का मैं किसी फाइल में डाल देता हूँ ताकि मुझे पता चलता रहे कि वो ये कमांड चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा है. सो व्हाट आई डू इज अप टाइम डॉट लॉग. ठीक है, ये टाइम करके ये करके फाइल बनाएगा एंड आई विल शो यू इट द मूवमेंट. ठीक, अभी मैं इसको चलाता हूँ फिर से. ठीक, सो नाउ यू आर नॉट सीइंग एनी प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट, राइट, क्योंकि मैंने वो प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट क्या किया है, अप टाइम डॉट लॉग के अंदर डाल दिया. तो आई जस्ट स्टॉप दिस स्क्रिप्ट, कंट्रोल सी दबा के, एंड आई सी अप टाइम डॉट लॉग. तो यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा कि एक लाइन प्रिंट हो गई. ठीक है, फिर वो 10 सेकंड के लिए वेट करता है एंड देन इट विल अगेन फिल द टाइमिंग, राइट. नाउ दिस इज अ सैम्पल प्रोग्राम, राइट. इसमें कुछ ज्यादा हुआ नहीं है, राइट, बट आई जस्ट वांटेड टू शो कि एक प्रोग्राम को आप सर्विस में कैसे कन्वर्ट करते हैं, राइट. सो हाउ डू आई कन्वर्ट दिस टू सर्विस? Okay, so as I told you, editor service is fine. We did with Systemctl edit and service name. Okay, so how to create a new service and add run it in background, okay, with systemd. Okay, perfect. So the first thing is create a service file, okay, and service file have three main section, okay. So what we will do is हम एक uptime my uptime करके service बनाएंगे, ठीक है. We'll create this file, okay, and this file need to be created in etc systemd and system. This folder contains all the user related और system related service files जो आप खुद बना सकते हो, राइट. सो मैं यहाँ पे फाइल बनाऊंगा uptime.service, okay. This folder will already be there. I'll just create a new file called my uptime service. And what will be the content of the service? There are three sections in any service file. One is it, one is service, okay, and one is stop, okay. So unit में क्या होता है? You have different type of uh, field here which describes a unit, okay. So मैं एक example दे रहा हूँ, system d service file doc, okay, file doc. So there is a system d service file documentation. Actually ये भी man pages ही है जो आप अपने system से भी देख सकते हो. It gives you an overview of what each section will contain. जैसे यहाँ पे exit type दे रखा है, right? It also contains the type, right? So there are different type of services, right? So you will see simple, exec, forking, one shot, debus, notify. So there are there are many type of services you can create, okay, on with systemd service, okay. So main example you can find in at the bottom, okay. So what we are looking is we are looking for unit, okay. Common option for all configurations. So I'm looking for that unit part, okay, unit section, okay. So unit file make include unit section. अगर आप वो नहीं डालते हो तो अभी कोई बात नहीं है, but it will help you to understand, I mean it will help other people to understand कि ये सर्विस करती क्या है, right? So you can add description, a short human readable title format, documentation का link जहाँ पे वो इस सर्विस का documentation दिया, and wants this flag will tell you like to run the service which all other service should be running, okay. And same with requires, okay. So this requires means a service should be running, okay. If you wants it should have a service, requires a service should be there and it should be running, okay. And there are other part of things in the unit part, okay. There is another section which is called, let me just go over there, okay, install, okay. So how to run the service, okay. So you have the main identifier here is, sorry, we are looking for service. So the main identifier is service, which will tell you how to run that program, okay, in the background, okay. So yeah, you see here exec start. So ये simple सा ये चीज है, ये हम चलाएंगे, okay. I'll just copy this one and let's see कि हम इसको कैसे बना सकते हैं, right? I'll go to Excel draw. तो simple मैंने यहाँ पे एक example ले लिया, okay. So unit का description डाल देंगे, okay. My uptime stats, okay. This is just a service description description, okay. Now I need to put service, okay. Service चलाते कैसे? Exec start and then you will put the path of the script. So मैंने जो script बनाई है वो है /tmp uptime. Okay, let's see the script path. So ls tmp, यहाँ पे स्क्रिप्ट का नाम है uptime monitor.sh. okay, so I'll go back और यहाँ पे मैं uptime की जगह uptime monitor.sh, ठीक है. And this install tell you कि ये सर्विस किस सेक्शन में रन करेगी, राइट. So now there is another important concept here. What are the targets, right? So there are two type of targets, mainly two type of target that we need to know. One is graphical user interface, okay, and the other one is the CLI interface, right? So you are able to log in into Linux. जैसे अगर आप Windows की बात करो, right? Okay, so Windows में जब आप login करते हो, right? एक रिमोट मशीन पे लॉगिन करते हो जिसको बोलते हैं RDP, राइट. If any other person try to log into the same system, the one that who is logged in will be logged out automatically, right? क्यों ऐसा क्यों करते हैं, right? So there are single user systems. So single user systems are those systems which will allow one person at a time to access the system. Okay, so आप जो Windows है, Windows is an example, right? So Windows का जो UI part है, ठीक है, उसको एक बार में एक ही पर्सन एक्सेस कर सकता है, राइट. सेम थिंग फॉर लिनक्स. सो लिनक्स का जो यूआई पार्ट है, that only one person can access at a time, okay, and that that part is named as graphical target, graphical dot target. So but Linux is a multi-user system as well, right? Why it is a multi-user system? Because it provides a CLI interface. Most of the Linux are used with CLI interface, and this CLI interface is started by multi-user dot target. Okay, multi-user dot target. Okay, so this install, right? Install says कि आपको ये जो सर्विस है किस टारगेट में स्टार्ट करनी है. Okay, so once you have multi-user target running, you can install the service. Okay, so this is like install, it is installed by multi-user target. So when person is logged in multi-user session, then he will be able to see the service running. Okay, अगर multi-user session नहीं चल रहा है, right? So anyway, like multi-user session will start the graphical target. Okay, that is another story. But if there is any other target before multi-user target, that target will not start this script. Okay, so these three are the main component of a service file. Now we'll see कि ये चलाते कैसे. Okay, so I'll just copy this part over here, and this is our unit file for short and sweet. Okay, so I'll create this file and copy this content in there. Okay, so I'll go there, and how to create I'll just use nano and the file path. I will do enter. Okay, and I'll go there and copy this service content. Okay, I mean, you don't need to remember all this thing, but just need to understand that is there is a service will be, right? When I paste it here, it is now I have color things. Now I'll just do exit. Yes, enter. Okay, अभी ये सर्विस यहाँ बन गई है, राइट. अब मुझे अगर सर्विस देखनी, ठीक है, you know what is command systemctl status my uptime. Okay, तो यहाँ पे आप स्टेटस देख रहे हो. इस सर्विस का स्टेटस क्या है? ये लोडेड तो है, बट इट इज डिसेबल्ड एंड इट इज इनएक्टिव, इट इज डेड, इट इज नॉट रनिंग. तो इसको चलाने का, इसको इस सर्विस को स्टार्ट कैसे करते हैं? systemctl start my uptime. Okay, this start command will start your service. Okay, अब वापस स्टेटस देखते हैं. You will see the script failed. Okay, And why did it fail? Fail to locate executable, permission denied. Okay, ये क्यों हुआ? ठीक है, अगर मैं इस स्क्रिप्ट को एक्चुअल में क्या हो रहा है, जब मैंने सर्विस बनाई, राइट, व्हेन आई क्रिएटेड अ सर्विस, आप यहाँ देखो मैंने क्या स्टार्ट किया, सीधा ये स्क्रिप्ट ले दी, राइट। तो मैं अगर ये स्क्रिप्ट ऐसे चलाऊंगा तो ये क्या बोलेगा मुझे, परमिशन डिनाइड, राइट। सो like we run ls command, we run ps command, right? So these command also have a location, okay, and there is a command to know the location of a command. So they which is where is, okay. So where is command, it is available on bash only, will tell you what is the location of the command you are running, okay. So मैं अगर ls दबाऊंगा, okay, so ls is in user bin ls, okay. अगर मैं बोलूँ where is ps, it will tell me the location of the ps command. So the user bin ps is the location of the command, okay. अगर मैं इसको ls minus l करूँ तो आपको दिखेगा कि ये एक फाइल है which is showing you in green, okay. And why it is green? Because it has executable permission, okay. अभी जो हमारी स्क्रिप्ट है, ठीक है, जो हमारी स्क्रिप्ट है वो कौन सी है, अप टाइम मॉनिटर, और इसको मैं माइनस एल करूँ तो आपको देखोगे कि ये प्लेन कलर में आ रही है, एंड because it doesn't have executable permission. Okay, the color is not important. The important part is it doesn't have a executable permissions. Okay, इसी वजह से जब मैं इसको चला रहा हूँ, right? जैसे मैं ये यूजर बिन पीएस को चलाऊँ, ठीक है, तो it will work, right? Because it has executable permission. इसको चलाने के लिए एक्स्ट्रा प्रोग्राम की जरूरत नहीं है, right? बट इसको चलाने के लिए मुझे, अगर मैं इसको चलाऊंगा तो परमिशन नहीं है. So when I run a script like this, it is time to execute it, but there is no execute permission. तो इसको execute permission कैसे देते हैं? Anyone? We can use chmod, right? We
Yes.
can use chmod to give permission. Yeah, to give a permission to a file. So मैं उसको executable permission दे रहा हूँ. right? I do this. अभी इसको मैं जब ls करूंगा, now it will appear as a different color. It's a green color here, right? आपके केस में blue भी हो सकता है. And now if I run this, now it is running. Okay, if you don't trust me, it is running in the background, okay, and it's not printing anything. It's not running in the background, it's running in a foreground manner, but it is printing something in the uptime.log file, okay. अभी हम उसका uptime का देख लेंगे. तो यहाँ पे 3 बार प्रिंट हो गया, राइट. अगर मैं उस स्क्रिप्ट को फिर से चला दूंगा तो मुझे 4 बार प्रिंट होता दिखेगा, तो चौथा बार प्रिंट होगा. It printed another time, right? So this script, when I run now like this, it is working, right? So this means, okay, so the error we saw here, it is because of the executable permission on this file, okay. Now what I will do is I'll just this service is down. How do I start it again? Just do a start, okay. Just do start. When I do start, अभी मैं यहाँ पे स्टेटस चेक करता हूँ. Again, right, it says exec format error, right? Okay, what is this? So I mean, I know this error, ठीक है. अगर मतलब आप लोगों को ये पता नहीं होगा, right? When you will be trying on Linux or first time or second time, you don't know what is this error, right? So the best way to know about this error, right, is like this is how most of the people are doing nowadays, okay. When I used to do it, I used to go to Stack Overflow and search for it. But nowadays, you can check with ChatGPT and ask him what is below error. And I know the answer, okay, okay. But let's see what it is saying for this, right? So it doesn't have a this line. Okay, so I haven't told you about this line क्योंकि हमने अभी तक स्क्रिप्टिंग पढ़ी नहीं है। ठीक है, जब हम स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ेंगे तो आपको ये लाइन के बारे में बताएंगे। दिस इज शी बैंक। ओके, बट वी विल डिस्कस इट इन मोर डिटेल व्हेन वी डू स्क्रिप्टिंग। ओके, तो मैं क्या करूंगा, सिर्फ ये बोल रहा है कि टू फिक्स दिस जस्ट ऐड दिस लाइन एट द एज द फर्स्ट लाइन इन दिस स्क्रिप्ट। ठीक है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा, सीधा आंख बंद करके इस स्क्रिप्ट को अपडेट करूंगा, राइट। और आई कैन यूज नैनो टाइम अप टाइम और इस स्क्रिप्ट के सबसे ऊपर में डाल दूंगा ये वाली लाइन। ठीक है, अब मैं कर दूंगा इसको एग्जिट सेव। अब मैं करूंगा रीस्टार्ट, सॉरी नॉट रीस्टार्ट, सिस्टम ctl स्टार्ट अप टाइम, माई अप टाइम, राइट, माई अप टाइम। ओके, अब मैं इसका स्टेटस चेक करता हूँ। नाउ इट इज रन, राइट। और जब ये रन कर रहा है, सो यू कैन सी दैट you will see the description here. There is a PID associated with it, the memory, the total task. So here you see it ran this command, okay, but this time you have another command before this. So ये bin bash क्या है? Bin bash is the shebang you added at the top. Okay, we'll talk about this in the scripting part. But just to run this script, another process was spinned, और वो जो process क्या कर रहा है, एक sleep command चला रहा है। Okay, if you run it again, you will see it is running. Okay, it is running for, यहाँ पे आपको देखो ये 45 seconds से चल रहा है। ठीक है, it was started at this, right? Okay, so this is writing into our uh, temp uptime dot log file. अभी आप देखोगे it added some line। अभी मैंने यहाँ पे, मैं इसको फाइल को continuous मॉनिटर कर रहा हूँ using tail minus app। अभी मुझे 10 सेकंड बाद दिखेगा कि एक और नई लाइन आ गई, राइट। सो द आवर सर्विस इज वर्किंग फाइन। ओके, so we we saw like how to create a service, how to start a service, how to check the status of the service. Now see how to stop a service. Okay, तो मैं पहले status देख लेता हूँ। It is running. To stop it, instead of status you can say stop। okay? When you do stop, अब आप status देखोगे तो it is stopped now। okay, ये जो error था ये पहले का error था। उसके बाद में आपको देखो यहाँ पे started my April stat and then we stopped it and then this was deactivated and then stopped। okay, now what I it is started stopping and deactivated and then stop। अब मैं इसका status देखता हूँ। It says loaded but it is inactive or dead। okay, uh, अभी ये सर्विस चल रही है, राइट। मतलब अभी चल एक्टिव है, तो मैं इसको स्टार्ट कर देता हूँ वापस से। and I'll see the status। okay, this service we have added, it will run as long as the system is not rebooted। तो जैसे ही सिस्टम रिबूट होगा, okay, ये सर्विस फिर से अप नहीं आएगी। okay, and I can show you with a very practical example। मैं करता हूँ सिस्टम को रिबूट। okay, so to restart a Linux machine you just fire a reboot command। okay, अगर आप रिबूट नहीं करना है तो systemctl reboot। systemctl क्या करता है, आपने वो सिस्टम डी प्रोसेस देखा होगा, राइट। so when we talked about the first process, okay, the system d process, right। so ये system ctl command है, वो system d को instruction देता है, right। and if you want to reboot the whole system, you just need to instruct system d to reboot or uh, start a reboot procedure, right। so how do we do it? I'll just say reboot। okay, and say correct। okay, so वो reboot हो रहा है, okay, because मैं वो चला रहा हूँ, कनेक्शन रिफ्यूज आ रहा है एंड मैंने 3-4 बार चलाया। okay, I'm trying to see कि ये ओके, So there is a catch. So मैंने जहाँ पे ये VM बनाई है उसका IP most likely change हो गया. Like when you reboot, right, it changes the IP of the machine because it's not a static IP. That we will learn about when we do in AWS. So I'll go and check it. This is active and the IP is 245. Oh, the IP is okay. Now I'm able to log in. Okay. तो यहाँ पे मैं DevOps @1 पे क्लिक करूँगा. Okay. I'm logged in. अभी मैं I will log in as root user with sudo. Okay. I'll just say clear screen. Clear screen. अभी जो मैंने लास्ट कमांड चलाए थे systemctl status up by uptime. Okay. So now you will see the service is inactive. Okay. मैंने सिस्टम रिबूट किया. सिस्टम रिबूट करने से पहले मेरी सर्विस चल रही थी और सिस्टम रिबूट के बाद ये सर्विस स्टार्ट नहीं हुई. सो हाउ डू यू इंस्ट्रक्ट सिस्टम डी टू अनेबल और स्टार्ट योर सर्विस ऑन रिबूट? तो उसका तरीका होता है उसके लिए कमांड है systemctl अनेबल और सर्विस करना माई अप टाइम. ओके. सो यहाँ पे आपको देखोगे. सो व्हेन यू रन दिस कमांड systemctl enable uptime, it creates a link. Let me just add those command here. Okay, I can add those command later. So it creates a sim link. Okay, we did not talk about sim link. We'll talk about them. So you'll see that it created us a sim link from this to this. Okay, basically it created a link of this service to this service. Okay, and you will notice कि यहाँ पे एक मल्टी यूजर टारगेट्स है. राइट. जब हमने अपनी सर्विस डिफाइन की थी, सो वी इंस्ट्रक्टेड कि ये सर्विस जो है मल्टी यूजर टारगेट के साथ में स्टार्ट हो. Okay, and when you enable this service, okay, when you enable this service, इस सर्विस का एक लिंक इस वाली टारगेट के साथ में बन जाता है. Okay, and we can just ls this folder. Okay, ls this folder. आपको यहाँ पे बहुत सारी सर्विसेज के लिंक दिखेंगे. So all this service will start, okay, when you start the system in multi-user target. Okay, you can change the target for your system to start with. Okay? So अगर आपको ग्राफिकल यूजर में स्टार्ट करना है तो यू हैव टू स्टार्ट ग्राफिकल यूजर टारगेट. सो आपको यहाँ पे टारगेट अगर देखना है कि कौन कौन से टारगेट अवेलेबल है तो यू कैन डू यूजिंग दिस. सो आपको यहाँ पे ग्राफिकल टारगेट है. ठीक है. आपको यहाँ पे स्लीप टारगेट है, मल्टी यूजर टारगेट है. ओके. एंड there are sockets target. So हर एक एक लेवल पे एक टारगेट अवेलेबल है जो आप अनेबल कर सकते हो. राइट. देयर आर 6 रन लेवल्स. अगर आपने लिनक्स के बारे में पढ़ा है तो देयर आर रन लेवल्स. रन लेवल 1 2 3 4 5 6. जो 6 वाला है वो दैट इज ग्राफिकल टारगेट. ओके. व्हेन देयर इज अ रन लेवल 5 इट इज मल्टी यूजर टारगेट. राइट. ओके, नॉट गोइंग दैट डीप. तो आपने जब इस सर्विस को अनेबल किया तो इस सर्विस का एक लिंक इज इन मल्टी यूजर टारगेट फोल्डर. ठीक है. अब मैं इस सिस्टम को रिबूट करता हूँ. ठीक है. ओके, आई कैन जस्ट यूज रिबूट कमांड. आई कैन यूज systemctl रिबूट कमांड एज वेल. ओके, बोथ आर alias to each other. We'll talk about alias as well. ओके, अभी मैं थोड़ी देर में फिर से कमांड चलाऊंगा. ओके. व्हेन आई सी अ पासवर्ड प्रॉम्प्ट तो मुझे पता चल जाएगा कि ये मशीन अब आ गई. राइट. ओके. I'll keep on running this command जब तक ये मुझे पासवर्ड. अब मैंने पासवर्ड डाला. Okay, I got the shell. अब systemctl status my uptime. Oh, why it failed? Something failed. I need to check the logs. So यहाँ पे ये सर्विस फेल हुई है. राइट. एंड why it failed we can check by checking the logs, right? So I'll go sudo su. Okay. And to check the system logs, the location of the logs is where logs, or because this is a Ubuntu machine, the logs will be in syslog folder, syslog file. Okay. So I'll just enter here at the end. I should see my script running somewhere here. Okay. So I'm not able to locate this. So what I'll do is I'll just use grep. मेरा भी grep पड़ा नहीं है, but just to find कि मेरी services का error क्या आ रहा है. So I'll check that. Okay. So I'm checking my uptime. Okay. So what is date now? 6:36 पे main process exited. Oh, there is no such file. So most likely this file got deleted. Okay. So what happened is this file got deleted because it was in a temp folder. और जब आप system reboot मारते हो, okay? So there is a cron job that deletes the file older than X days automatically from temp folder. Okay. So because these are temp folder, right? Whenever you reboot, there is a process running and it decides which file to delete. Okay. So it decided to delete this file. Okay. So instead of avoiding this situation, we create files in OPT folder. Okay. So I'll create this file in OPT folder in uptime monitor.sh. Okay. And I'll simply do something like this. Okay. So basically, this time I just copied, like I had a script. So ये क्या कर रहा है? It will, I'll just change this to 10. So it is running all the time and it prints the date, running at date. और ये logs, ये var log my script के अंदर entry डालता रहेगा. Okay. So I saved it. I need to execute this script. So opt uptime monitor. Now it is executable. Okay. And I need to change this path in service file as well, right? So systemd systemctl edit और मेरी सर्विस का नाम है my uptime. Okay. So when I enter, अभी आपको यहाँ पे enter. Okay. So if you read the comment, right, you see editing this file, anything between here and the comment below will become the new content of the file. So मैं यहाँ just paste मार देता हूँ. Okay. And what I need to do is I just need to change the path. Okay. So this file is in OPT now. Okay. Okay. तो मैं इसको सेव कर देता हूँ. Control X and okay. When you do edit like this, you don't need to change, don't need to do a reload. Okay, I'll explain you what is reload. So systemctl start my uptime. Oh, wait. So let me see this file. Okay, service has more than one exit start setting. Reviews. Okay. So मैं यहाँ पे, okay, and now you see here I did this one. I can also edit this file directly. Okay, there is a service file here, etc systemd file here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just open this file. Okay, I can just change pt. Okay, and just save it. Okay, ये save करने के बाद में I actually created a, when I edited the file, right, it creates a override. Okay, I need to remove that override. I mean, I know, like, but once okay, So I did a manual change on the service file, right? So when you do a manual change in the service file, the systemd will not recognize. Okay. So if you do a systemd status or just do start, okay, it will still complain the service is bad. Okay, because it is still loading the old file. Okay. So what you need to do is when you change the file service file manually, you have to do daemon reload. So you see help text, and there are unit commands here. And what we wanted to do is reload command. Okay. So where is daemon reload? Daemon reload is not here. Fine. Okay. So reload, and the it is still considering bad. Daemon. I'll just restart. Okay, this time it started, and I'll just do a status. Now it is running, and it is this script stores logs into this file, and I can just do cat on this file to see the state. So it says running at some date, right? Okay. So we learn a lot of commands here. Let's try to write them again. Okay. So we learned about systemctl, and there are start. Okay. There is a status command. There is a stop command. There is a reboot command. Okay. So systemctl start command with a service name will start the service. Start the service. Okay. When you do status with service name, it will show the service status. Okay. When you stop a service, it kills the PID. जैसे हमने कल kill PID किया था, same here, it will by default kill the PID of the process, क्योंकि systemctl के पास में उसका PID है, so it can kill the PID. Okay. Or if you have specified exact stop script, right? Some program will require a proper handling when it stops, right? So आप खुद का एक stop command बनाओगे. Like if you are running nginx, right? Nginx start or nginx stop command है. If you want to stop nginx, you need to run nginx stop command. आप अगर PID kill करने जाओगे, so it will not handle the request that it already had properly. Okay. So the better way is to stop using the native program stop command. Okay. So exec stop अगर आप देते हो, जैसे exec start देते हैं वैसे exec stop भी दे सकते हो. यहाँ पे जैसे exec start है वैसे exec stop भी आप पास कर सकते हो. How to stop the service? So when you do stop, it will run the exec stop के आगे जो लिखा हुआ है वो चला देता है. Okay. And reboot, it reboots the system. Okay. We also saw daemon reload. Okay. So this is to load the changes in file in service file. Okay, if you change anything in the service file manually, okay, so you have to reload the systemctl daemon. So where you fire the systemctl space daemon reload command, and it will load the changes which were done manually. Okay, जहां हमने किया था, हमने my uptime service को manually change किया था, and when we try to do start status, it was not loading the updated file. Then we have to do daemon reload to make sure it loads, right? There is a restart command as well. restart and the service name, which actually restarts the service by doing stop and start again, right? So basically अगर आपको कोई service को फिर से restart मारना है, right? So you do systemctl restart and the service name command. Okay. Okay, perfect. Any questions from the systemd, the services part, how to create a service in Linux and all those things? Anyone? So I'm writing it here. So systemctl status and the service name to check the state of the service, start to start the service, stop to stop the service. I'm adding sudo here because not all user will be able to start and stop service. अगर आप root हो तो आपको sudo लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. But if you are not root, then you have to suffix sudo to work with the services. Okay, the status is just view only, so any user can do it. But if you want to make some changes, okay, to the running process, then you need a sudo command here. So to restart and reload configuration, you do this command, and to enable or disable on boot, okay, any service enable or disable on boot, you need to run these command. So we did enable, and the service name it enable on reboot. So reboot होने के बाद में भी वो service चल रही, okay, and then when you did a disable, and if you disable it will not run again. Okay, all right. Here this service is running, right? Okay. But what happens if the service emits some log? Okay. जो service चल रही है, if it prints log, right? मैं यहाँ पे कुछ ना logs print करता हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे redaction बंद कर देता हूँ. So what it will do is, when it will run, it will print something. Okay. So you see here, it prints the date, right? It is printing the date. So when you start a microservice or any other service, maybe it's a Python script or a program of your own, right? So वो क्या करता है, कुछ logs print करता है, right? When you run them manually, those logs you can see from screen, right? But if the same program is running in systemd, okay, system service as a system service, तब आप log कैसे check करोगे, right? Let me just restart the service. Okay, systemctl restart up time one, sorry, not uptime monitor, my uptime. When I do this, and मैं status command देखता हूँ, okay, and you will see here, okay, ये logs आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं, right? अब फिर से status मारो, आपको logs दिख रहे हैं, right? पहले एक log दिख रहा था, अब आपको दो log दिख रहे हैं. 10 सेकंड बाद और चलाऊंगा तो आपको तीसरा log दिखेगा, right? Okay, so ये logs आपको यहाँ दिख रहे हैं, ठीक है? But there is a limitation here. आप जब ये logs देख रहे हो, ठीक है, after some time you will see only first few lines of the log, right? अगर आपका जो सर्विस है, ठीक है, 1000 लाइन ऑफ लॉग्स प्रिंट करता है, ठीक है, तो आप फिर उसके लॉग्स कैसे चेक करोगे, राइट? एंड देयर विल बी मेनी सर्विसेज जो यहाँ पे लॉग्स प्रिंट कर रही है, ठीक है. अभी देखो यहाँ पे 5 लॉग्स आ गए, ठीक है, बट इट हैज अ लिमिट कि वो इतना ही लॉग्स दिखा सकता है. सो हाउ टू चेक लॉग्स ऑफ अ सर्विस रनिंग इन द बैकग्राउंड, रनिंग एज अ सिस्टम डी सर्विस, राइट? तो उसके लिए कमांड होता है जर्नल CTL. Okay, so journal CTL, what is journal CTL? So journal CTL query the system D journals. So जो भी system D services है, उसके journals को query करने के लिए ये command यूज होता है. So journal is nothing but the event log, events or logs of any services. तो अगर मुझे किसी यूनिट की, किसी सर्विस की लॉग चेक करनी, राइट, सर्विस के लॉग चेक करने, तो हाउ डू आई डू इज जर्नल CTL माइनस यू फॉर यूनिट नेम, और जैसे मेरा अप टाइम यूनिट है, आई वांट टू सी द लॉग्स ऑफ अप टाइम, तो यहाँ पे मुझे उस सर्विस के लास्ट फ्यू लॉग्स दिख रहे हैं, राइट। आपको ये लॉग्स स्टेटस में नहीं दिख रहे थे, राइट। अगर मैं यहाँ पे जब स्टेटस मार रहा था तो आपको ये ऊपर वाले लॉग नहीं दिख रहे थे, राइट। तो अगर आपको सारे लॉग्स चेक करने हैं एक सर्विस के, सो यू नीड टू यूज जर्नल CTL माइनस यू कमांड, राइट। ओके, अब ओके, सो व्हेन द लॉग्स ग्रू लार्ज, राइट, ओके, जैसे मैं एक सर्विस लिस्ट करता हूँ, सिस्टम दिस, मुझे बस क्लियर मार दो यहाँ पे, सिस्टम CTL लिस्ट यूनिट्स माइनस माइनस टाइप इक्वल टू सर्विस। मैं कुछ सर्विस लिस्ट कर रहा हूँ एंड आई विल ट्राई टू प्रिंट लॉग्स फ्रॉम, लेट्स से डॉकर सर्विस, है ना। मैं डॉकर सर्विसेज के लॉग्स प्रिंट करता हूँ, ठीक है। तो हाउ डू आई डू इज जर्नल CTL माइनस यू डॉकर, राइट। तो यहाँ पे मुझे डॉकर सर्विस के लॉग्स दिख रहे हैं, यहाँ पे सिर्फ 16 ही है, तो सो दिस इज नॉट एन एग्जाम्पल। लेट्स टेक एन अनदर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे SSH, ठीक है। Okay, now you see, right? So you see there are many logs for this service, right? ये इतने सारे logs हैं, right? And if I want to see more, you see enter दबा रहा हूँ मैं यहाँ पे, तो मुझे बहुत सारे logs दिख रहे हैं, right? अगर मुझे लास्ट 100 logs देखने हैं, ठीक है, लास्ट 100 लाइंस देखनी है, तो आई कैन जस्ट डू -n 100, तो अब मुझे लास्ट की 100 लाइन दिखेगी, okay? So it will just print me 100 lines, या 100 लाइन से दिखा रहा है, okay? So you can limit the number of lines you want to see. So मैं last 10 lines देखना चाहता हूँ, so you can do like this, okay? And there are many options that you can choose with in general CTL and systemd, and that I'll keep for you to explore, okay? Uh, okay. So we talked about daemon, right? Daemon, okay? Daemon, okay? So this you can call daemon as well, and more profoundly it is called demon, okay. So like the the Greek spirit, like it's a demon, okay. So generally when people call uh, a background service, they call it a daemon. So if the daemon is running, if the nginx daemon is running or not, the SSH daemon is running or not, okay. So whenever you hear daemon, so that means it's a background process, okay. Perfect. um any questions so far? Like we covered how to work with services, okay, to check logs of a service. So you can say journal CTL minus U and the service name, okay, journal CTL minus U, service name, and this minus N for to see last 10 logs of the service. You can do that. Okay, any questions so far? No? Okay. Okay. So I'll probably not burden you much from this. Okay. I'm going to give you an assignment for today. So that you need to practice them, and I can discuss this assignment tomorrow. So it will take around, like, for you people, it will take around um, couple of hours to finish those assignment, just to make sure that you understand whatever we have talked so far. So any question, अभी तक जितना भी हमने पढ़ा उसमें से कुछ डाउट और या क्वेरीज? सिस्टम डी सर्विस सबको समझ में आया?
Yes.
ओके, हर्ष, आफरीन?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So
Yes.
I'll stop. Yeah, okay, okay. Thanks for the confirmation. Um, so आज तो मैं यहीं रुक जाता हूँ. Okay, so I'll give you some room to learn more about systemctl. थोड़ा सा आप पढ़ो, थोड़ा सा आप देखो इसके अंदर ये कैसे काम करता है. uh, have you tried accessing the killer coda yet? I mean, आपने आप में से किसी ने killer coda ट्राई किया है अभी तक?
हाँ, बेसिक कमांड एक बार रन करी थी।
Perfect.
हाँ, मैंने भी.
Okay, perfect. So I'll give you an assignment now, okay, and then you can do it at your own time, okay, and we can discuss that assignment tomorrow. Okay. For now, I'll just stop here.